We live in an era where nothing is what it seems. Dark truths are unveiling, but we are going from dark to light. We are awakening. I want to help you to stay positive. Keep your vibration high by using your own inner strength. You can be your radiant self. Use the light and love which you already possess. With 10 Days of Lightness, I want to inspire you to connect with each other just by being. Feed the positive timeline by spreading light in your own neighborhoods. No words needed, just be still. Take a candle, go outside and connect. Dance with me! Yeah, welcome! Welcome to another episode of 10 Days of Lightness. My name is Eva van Zeeland and you're watching Misnet Your Lifestyle, my platform's talk show. And today we have another great guest. I'll first put some branding on. And where is my... they put some new overlays. Look, all the hearts. That's not mine, but it's nice. But I want my sparkles and my shine your light. And we've got a real nice guest. But before we go... I first want to know, can you hear me properly? Just leave a comment in the comment section. We're live at Facebook and on YouTube today. And please let me know where you're watching from. Everywhere in the Earth plane, you can be available on YouTube. So please let me know. And my guest, who is he? Who is he? Is he a doctor who knows everything about medicine? Or is he a coach of champions and CEOs and people who want to get the best out of their lives? Or is he a charlatan, a quack scamming people? Or a world champ and fighter with 3 world records? A medicine man? A fitness trainer? He's praised and reviled and loaded and slated. Sorry for my English. He's a role model for many for success, vitality and passion. And... let's welcome. He's Roy Martina, and he will be on screen next to me right now in 2, 1. Yes, here you are.
What a nice welcome.
Yeah, I find that on Speakers Academy, the introduction. Recently, I'm added to Speakers Academy as well.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I found it really funny how the description of you was there, because everybody has an opinion about Roy Martina, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like me, like myself, and that's good. If people talk about you, then it's good.
Yeah, you learn the hard way that not everybody is pleased with your message or just being you. That's
a lesson for them.
Absolutely. And the more visible you become, the more people might be triggered. So it's part, as you know, it's part of the game.
Yes.
And Mother Teresa said, love them anyway. So that's what we're doing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I see Susanne, she's watching as well. And she's triggered at the moment because she says, Roy Martina can speak Dutch. So why isn't this in Dutch? And Susanna, yeah, we're doing this in English. So that's your trigger for now. But this is 10 Days of Lightness. I want to spread more lightness on the whole globe. So then you must speak English. And you're not living in the Netherlands anymore, Roy, are you?
No, I'm living right now in the mountains in North Carolina, actually. Mm-hmm. And the reason we're living here is that we met someone from the CIA, and he said this is one of the safest places in the States. So here we are.
Do you have a spot left?
We're building a community, so you're welcome.
Oh, really? But are you really building a community?
Yeah. Absolutely. Our goal is to have people with different skill sets to that work well together, and
I can do the talk show.
And the plan is to be self-sustaining. That's the whole idea, to take care of your own vegetables, your water, your electricity, and then to work together. So that's the step-by-step plan.
You're looking for someone who can grow your vegetables. I want that as well. Yeah, really nice. No, but it's a strange time because the last time we spoke together, it's 9 months ago already. It's like giving birth to this creature, like from where it came from.
No hair.
No,
Baby.
not you. What happened in the last 9 months? It's overwhelming.
Am- Amazing. The world just turned into a different, I would say, like a different timeline, something that in my wildest imagination, I would have never dreamt of being here today in where we are today, and to witness the whole globe reacting to this invisible stuff.
Yeah, the invisible enemy.
Yeah, so many people are scared of. It's amazing to see
Yeah.
how easily, I would say, we suggestible we are to
Mm.
many things, and most people don't do their own research, or they don't believe what they find and they want to stick to, it's all good, but we're living in interesting times.
Let's
That's the way
keep it
I
too
like to see
interesting.
it.
But let us first light a candle because this is 10 days of lightness. We want to show people the light to bring some lightness. What does light mean to you?
Light means to me, one sec, let me see.
Yes,
I'm
take
not
your
so
time.
good in multitasking as you are.
When you are at home, please join us. And if you don't have a candle, I have a virtual candle in the right-hand corner. And if you push it, you can subscribe to my channel. Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah. And this one says joy on top of it, so
Ah,
candle
that's
of joy for
yeah.
all of
But is it from your wife, Joy?
Yeah, she finds everything with joy on it.
Yeah, of course.
She says, I'm here to spread joy on this
Yeah.
planet.
Oh, really nice. And
And
tomorrow, she will be on the episode in
oh,
my talk
cool,
show.
cool,
So
cool, cool, cool. And the beauty is that what does light mean for me? Actually, light is where we come from and where we go back to and where we are at any given moment. So we are the light. We are the light that we shine on this planet. And what I like about the metaphor of light is, and especially from the candle, when we awaken our light, we shine
mhm.
it bright. We inspire others also to awaken their light and to shine it bright. And so there becomes more light. And
Yes,
the more light there is,
that can be
you
dark.
know, absolutely.
No, because there's light. Yes.
There is light.
So, and the whole purpose of doing this is that you can go outside and go to your neighborhood or make a circle of light or just to let people
Mhm.
know we're still here. We're not comply. Yeah, we're complaining, but not complaining. You say complaining? Yeah, that you say, uh, I'm okay with this. We don't do that. Um, so we must make a statement, but we must make a statement from love
Mhm.
and not from hate or anger or fear.
What most people don't realize, we need these emotions to understand how we react to the world. Not only now, but a lot of our reactions are determined already in the past. So emotions are good for us to understand a part of us is reacting, is not healed. There's pain and suffering inside. And when we use these emotions to transform them to the original light, that's the love that we all are made from, that's transformation. So when I'm in pain, when I feel angry or upset, it's an invitation for me to look at myself and to see how can I heal what's
Mhm.
going on inside. So emotions are great, and as long as we can keep returning to our power, to our light, it's a wonderful way to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And especially when people say, oh, being vulnerable. Being vulnerable for me means you have to have a wounded part to be vulnerable. The more
Mm.
you heal your wounds, the less vulnerable you become because there's less wounds to to
Ah.
to touch, and so you become more authentic. You can be the full you. So vulnerability is a stage we go through to become who we are meant to be without the pain and the scars that we got on our way to becoming ourselves. So it's a great way to look at things from that perspective.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want to be vulnerable because they are afraid they get hurt. So they
Mm.
put up the firewall so they can't be hurt. Oh, yeah. So that's I learned to be more vulnerable to, and don't be afraid that yeah people will hurt me because they will hurt you eventually. But you are more softer and opener, and if you try it, yeah.
Right. But the way a lot of people use vulnerability is to fulfill a need. So
Mm,
if I am vulnerable, I want your compassion. I want your, maybe a tap on the shoulder or some nice words. So we're using it for that. And if you don't give that to me, I will feel even more pain because you disappointed my expectations. So
mm,
what I tell people, being vulnerable, the purpose of being vulnerable is to basically see where it's painful, work on that until that same whatever you're showing is not painful anymore. So now I can talk about the incident, with detachment, with love, learning from it instead of begging for your compassion or, your whatever approval. I think
yes.
that for me, the healing of the vulnerability. And
Mm,
in the later stage, when we're no longer vulnerable, we still want to tell the story so people understand we went through it. So it's still there, but it's no longer a painful event to talk about the pain because
hmm.
no, it's just the history. It's just done.
Yes.
And that's how we use our light to heal our vulnerability until we are authentic without pain.
Beautiful said. Yeah, to be authentic without pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. and how long did it took for you to realize that was that's the benefit of growing older? I think the more things click and connect and settle in, and
Well, it depends. In my case, I'm a slow student. You see, I'm perfect when I'm completely by myself. When I'm not in a
ah,
relationship, I'm the most loving, kind person on this planet.
when no one is around.
I'm a master. So meeting Joy, my wife, I thought it was pretty cool. I thought I'd done it all. And then I discovered there was still so much more to be healed.
Hmm.
And she was the
Different
perfect.
mirror.
Right, she was the perfect mirror for
Yeah.
a part of me that I didn't even know existed. And through the commitment of a relationship, basically, we needed each other to actually, what you said, to take off all the firewalls that we
Hmm.
built around our heart in order to really discover w- how much love is in our hearts because we didn't know. It is only when you start digging deeper and removing the pain, you discover there's so much more love inside, and it keeps growing with each conflict that you actually heal.
Yeah.
That's the
And then
beauty of a
And now I'm
relationship.
thinking about that. Then it's maybe that's also the purpose of having a more relationship of
Mhm.
multiple relationships in your life, and just not. I know you're not married for the first time, for example,
Mhm.
but I have had relationships before, and all my relationships I learned there were different mirrors for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. I always say in relationships, I was not the best. Because when you look at it, I'm the avoiding type. I'm a Libra. I love harmony and peace. And the
Mm.
moment there is a conflict, I don't want the conflict. So I
That's
rather
like my husband. Yeah,
cover it up.
yeah.
But now I'm married to a Scorpion, and
Oh, that's me.
you cannot run away from the conflict.
Ah, you Joy and Roy, you are like me and my husband then. We can
Exactly.
learn from you.
So so that's the beauty of seeing that in how you deal with it, how she
Mhm.
deals with it. But when there's a commitment for growth, then something will happen for both of you to grow because each one is looking in their own mirror, which is beautiful. It's always the mirror that's wrong, right?
Yeah, it's of course.
So
Yeah.
it took me a lot of my pride to finally recognize I had so much to learn when it comes to relationship and to really be open to that, to the teachings, and to have common goals. Where do we want to go with this?
Yes.
And we both want to be, the best friends we can be. We both want to be ourselves, to share and to grow together. I think then, it's endless. That's the beauty of it. Every
Yeah.
time we have a fight, I always remember, okay, this is leading to something better.
It's a breakthrough.
Yes, this is the next break.
Yeah, we're fighting. We're having a breakthrough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that's a nice way to see it. I'll remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a fight, breakthrough coming
Oh, it
up.
hurts. Oh, in pain you grow like a top sporter. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
where I come from, in my let's say, type of sports, which is martial arts, so where we're fighting, where we actually, can hurt each other. It's really, you have to learn to deal with pain. You have to learn to deal with fear, and finally, you will find your own power, and then you stand in your own power. I think that's the same for
Yeah.
any area of life, right? Mhm.
Yeah. And what do you think about the traditional way of relationships and marriage? Is that even suitable for human beings? Like the whole living together and doing everything together. And yeah. I
When
think
you say it like that, you make me depressed. No, just kidding.
no,
No,
just
I'm kidding.
because yeah, it's an institute marriage, and you had some challenges with it, and I speak to a lot of people who are challenging it, especially in the Corona time, quarantine with the whole family in one house, the kids homeschooling. It's a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah, actually, if you really think about it, and I'm thinking now from different perspectives. One is being a holistic doctor, and
Mm,
looking at people who come with chronic disease. And when you dig deep enough, you will always see that there's an unresolved conflict. If we take, for example, cancer, one of the conflicts that is very common in cancer is not having your space.
mm,
That is, the boundaries are not clear. You don't have a safe place to be completely yourself. And then you always find in cancer also anger. So there's
mm,
this frustration, anger. So uh, that's one part we need to understand. So if you're in a small, let's say, house, and you're living on, let me say in Dutch, on each other's lips,
yeah.
you need to find a way to create your own space. You need your
Yes.
holy time, whatever you want to call it, have your own rituals and stuff. And there are things where you are together and things where you're not together. You need to be able to give each other space in that. And what we've discovered now, because Joy, for let's say the most time, is now in Austria, in Salzburg, where our daughter goes to school. So
Mm,
we are away from each other maximum 3 to 4 weeks. And in the beginning, it was hell. I missed her a lot and all those things. But now it is heaven,
yeah.
because she has her own space. I have my own space. So when we're not together, we are enjoying those moments, and when we're together, we're enjoying those moments. So it's such great to have this
Yeah,
rhythm
it's a
of
balance, more balance.
space. And
Yeah.
so, and I remember in Holland they had the lat relationships where people come together maybe over the weekend or a couple of
Mm,
days. I can totally now imagine that to have that, where you have your own space to do your own thing, have your own friends, whatever. And I
mm,
think for a lot of people that might be healthy. That's one part of relationships that people need to look at. Then the other part of a relationship is that everything is changing now when it comes to our sexuality. So is it when you're married or when you relate, should it be only one person? Is it more persons? It should be one type. Everything is, I would say,
possible.
fluid now. And in the beginning, you look at these things and you have an opinion and maybe a judgment. But as we go along and we step out of a judgment, we can have respect for people who says, hey, this is where I feel the best. And actually, me and my oldest son and also Joe, we are now in a process of creating a new type of dating app where it
Mm,
is not anymore just matching, but also learning how to communicate with each other, how to be with each other, how to heal with each other, because
ah,
that's
nice.
missing in dating and relationships. We don't get the training and we don't know which type we are in relationships. So it's good to also have that type of
Yeah.
education and to learn the love languages, to understand, for example, for joy, quality time is number one, right?
Hmm.
For me, I'm more kinesthetic and words, but for her, you can be kinesthetic and words. If there's no quality time, it's not a relationship. So simple is it. So understanding each other in the process is a gift for both. And I think that's missing right now in dating, in relationships, in the
Yes.
planet. And that's why we often fail in
Ah,
relationships.
but
That's
Roy, again, I think you can read my mind. Yeah. Do you, do you know what I'm launching 14th of February?
Tell me.
5ddating.com.
No way.
Yes, I'm really here. Here's my business card.
Oh my God. This is too much
We must
synchronicity.
work together. You see that?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there
in
you go.
there. It's you put it all from the grid, but I put it from the grid as well.
Absolutely. It's the time for a new kind of
Yeah,
dating.
yeah.
Absolutely. It's amazing.
The
Amazing.
market is big enough for us both.
No, sure. And yeah, I think actually there might be some points where it might be even good to combine forces because
Yes, we join forces.
let's put it this way: the cake is big enough for
Yes,
everybody.
yes. Yeah, really good. But I'm really curious. So let's keep each other updated about this yeah,
Mhm.
dating thing. And this 5D dating is also community, so it's not only to find love, but also a lot of people lost friends and family members during the 2020 corona craziness. So it's also a safe place where you can connect
Right.
with people who see what we see and don't make fun of you, call you a whoppy.
So this is a dating for conspiracists.
Yes, it's a conspiracy dating. Don't tell anyone, otherwise they find us.
Secret dating. And
Yeah.
but it's really so in the field, like you said, 9 months, so a lot of information is ready to come to the planet in different
Yes.
forms, different shapes. So we are tapping in the same field. And again, when you go to the light, you're looking for needs to fulfill in a way that more people are going to be connected with their own frequencies of love and open their heart more. That's based the whole
Yes.
essence behind this. How can we love each other more without, like you call so beautiful, the firewalls we
Yeah.
traditionally are hiding behind and opening those walls, and we call them heart walls. We remove them, and then our heart becomes the bridge to our true self. That's the
Yeah, and that you can truly be yourself without being afraid that what other people will think of you. If you call yourself a star seed or a light warrior or an earth angel, but that's the new age. We talked about extraterrestrials the last time we were talking.
and
Yeah, so this is the new age, and we must have platforms for the people who already ready for this new timeline.
absolutely. And my opinion is that so much information has been withheld from us that we don't know
Yes.
because it doesn't serve the common interest of some. So we suppress that. And what people need to understand, it is in the interest of these let's whatever I want to call it, the elite, the controllers, is for us not to tap into our intuition. It's for us to stay in our fear state instead of what we can call our life state, where we are tapping into a field where everything is possible. What is it being a human? And can it be that there are different types of humans on this planet coming from different places? And how can we find each other? How can we communicate to each other? And what we see in whatever we believe in, that the only religion that heals over time is love. So
Yes.
when we can tap into that, we connect to that, and we stay committed to that, then our whole life and people, the life of people around us is changing, because we are, so I can say I have unshakable faith that love for me is the way. And for me, saying that, coming out of martial arts, being this super world champion macho guy, I cannot even imagine 20 years ago I would be seeing something like that. But
Yeah.
that's the beauty of when you evolve yourself and you can see how
You became
ridiculous.
softer and weaker. No.
If someone would say, let's say 20 years ago, you need to embrace your feminine side, I
You
would
like,
say,
huh? Yeah.
come on, I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm a man.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the beauty of the time we're living now, that much more these things are now, for a lot of people, normal, but there's
Yes.
still a big group of people out there where we are the weirdos. We're the ones that are
Yeah. And
living, in another dimension and that kind of stuff.
all the transgender agenda as well. I was uh, with the dating software. I was, yeah, okay. What are you looking for? Man, woman, and then do I need to put on all the genders? And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. The- did you think about that?
I try to stay away from that as
Yeah.
much as I can because I'm not following it anymore.
No, it's complicated.
Lost.
Yeah.
Here in America, there's some things you're not allowed to say anymore
Yeah.
because someone would be offended. My whole life is about teaching people no one can offend you if you
Ah,
don't allow it. So no one can insult me if I don't allow it. So people
yes.
can
You don't.
try to insult me. People can try to talk down to me, but there's
Yeah.
nothing in me that resonates with that. So for
Yeah.
me, it's like, I will look at you and consider you a very interesting being to look at and to listen to, but it's not it doesn't affect me because I
Mhm.
understand that everybody is projecting from wherever they are. And once we understand that, why bother with that? We're living on this
If you
planet.
don't accept it, if somebody gives you something and then you don't say thank you, then yeah, they still have it.
Absolutely. And also you have to become very aware of your boundaries. What do you allow
Mm,
people to put into your mind as suggestions?
yeah,
So if someone says, "Oh, you look so very tired," you know, if you buy into that, you immediately will feel very
yeah,
tired.
and the mirror will say the same. Yes.
I will say reject, reject. I'm fine. I'm feeling great.
Hmm.
So that's the one thing we
That's
need
not
to learn.
denying. That's
Yeah,
just rejecting because
yeah,
you
it's
can
reject.
what you believe. Yeah.
If you don't reject, you allow. If you
Ah.
allow, you have no boundaries. If you have no boundaries, you're compromising your system by
Mm,
other people. So if someone says something not nice to you and you accept that, actually their voice becomes your voice. By
mm,
declare, say, no, I reject. You don't have to say it out loud, by the way, but
yeah.
in your mind, you say, no, I reject this. This is a projection. I'm not allowing this projection to enter into my field. And this way you create clarity. And if it's a dear friend, I just say, listen, sorry, I'm rejecting what you're saying right now. This
Yes.
is yours. It's not mine. Keep it over there.
So,
And
Mark Rutte, Hugo de Jonge, we
yes,
reject everything you
I
say
reject,
at the press
I
conference.
reject,
Yes.
reject, reject, reject. I mean, they're two comedians playing a game that you
Yes.
go like, wow.
It's really, uh, yeah. This
And
will be in the history books. It will be,
abs-
and they have to be rewritten first.
Absolutely. And I think together, what we need to reject is anything that takes away our power,
Mm,
anything that tells us we are a victim, anyone who says, oh, you need this from me because this is good for you. Let me first look at it and decide. So, and we need to reject the big lies that are coming to us from all directions. We need to be very careful because we're living in a time where we cannot trust all the information anymore. So we really need to go inside and filter and check what does it mean for me,
yes,
and can I accept
but you
this
have
or
to have a clear mind to even be able to filter. So eat clean
not.
food. Don't be poisoned by medicine, or
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I think the big thing is people want quick solutions, but it
Mhm.
is a pathway back to yourself, respecting your body, respecting your purpose on this planet, because we came with a purpose. Are we still connected to that purpose? Am I still living my purpose? And it's a path. It's not tomorrow. It's something that we have to take our time. As long as we know we want to commit to being the best we can
Yes.
be.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. And have you got, I'm really curious, like what you doing, during the day. You wake up, Roy Martina, in the morning. What's the first thing you do? And what do you eat? And do you take the whole bunch of supplements, or what's your secret?
Well, the first thing when I wake up, it actually starts before I go to sleep. I set an intention how I want to wake up the next day.
Mm.
And then depending on the day, it could be a little bit
On your
different.
left, on your right?
Normally on my left, but okay. So I want to really be clear. I want to give clear instructions to my mind, my body, and my spirit
Mm.
what I would like to see happen during the sleep. So one of the things I do is I want to spend time in my best possible future, and I want to bring back that connection stronger the next day. I want to wake up feeling that I'm living in that future where I'm the happiest. So when I
Ah,
wake up, I scan myself. How do I feel? Is there anything going on? Because some things happen during the night that may put you in a certain state in the morning. So I clear my state. And then the first I do after just going to the bathroom, and normally when we're together, we do this together. We go and we do breathing. So breathing exercise, we set the intention, we do pranayama kind of a breathing, and that's like a 15 minutes that we completely clear our minds. We're not thinking about something, is we have to clear our mind, and a
mm.
short meditation. And then my body likes to be, challenged a little bit with some exercise. That will be normally half an hour. Then I
With
take.
weights,
I work with the Russian, mainly with Russian kettlebells. I don't know if you know this, but
Russian kettlebells. No.
no. So you have the American way of working with weights, where you force yourself and
Mm.
you want big muscles. With the Russian method, it's like a ball, an iron ball with a handle. That's
Oh,
what.
yeah, I know them. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and you swing them, you do all kinds of, but it's
yeah.
not.
More repetitions.
Yeah, it's repetition, but it's full body. And in 4 minutes, you can be totally exhausted. That's the beauty of that. I do some of that, some stretching, some yoga. And then basically I have a moment of relaxation. Joy and I, if we're together, we sit down, have a coffee. We discuss what was going to happen on our day. And also, like, what are you doing? What am I doing? What, at which point are we meeting up together? And then I'm do a lot of creative work. Right now, I'm doing a 1 year challenge, and we're now in month 2. And the challenge is to bring people to their most powerful self. So every day I prepare, what's my next thing that I'm doing, prepare the videos, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of fun with it because the challenge in itself challenged me as well to do the
Yes.
challenge and to keep your focus on this for a whole full year. And so, and before I used to give live workshops, so now I'm much more in online stuff. I prepare a lot of online
Yeah, do you
stuff.
miss it? Being live and live workshop, do you miss it?
I miss especially the retreats.
Yes. Yeah,
So
of
not the
course. Retreat,
workshop
the word
itself.
only.
Yeah, yeah, retreats in a nice place,
Yeah.
getting to know people and stuff like that. So I'm already planning some for April. Hopefully by then we can do that.
Yeah, I saw
And
Joe Dispenza is still running his retreats, Joe
yeah,
Dispenza.
yeah, actually we're going to one of them end of the this month
Oh, really? I
in
love.
Mexico. In Mexico, the
Yeah, that
borders are
one I
open.
saw. Yeah.
Yeah, the borders are open,
Yeah.
and so while in Europe to America, the borders are closed. But yeah, so I think, well, it's staying home all year. Why not a retreat? So we're just going to join him and see whatever that's going to be. So and then I
Yeah.
thought, oh,
I really love going to
yeah,
one of his
absolutely,
retreats. Yeah.
absolutely. So that's what I miss the most, and I miss especially traveling to China because
Ah,
that's where I have a lot of friends. We have an academy there. So yeah, I miss the Chinese are different than here. When you go there, they take you out. You have a lot of fun, and they want to show China. So I feel like a tourist. Teaching for me is easy, but then the rest is more fun, and they want to, and the groups are smaller because in
mm,
China you're not allowed to have hundreds of people. So you have
no?
small groups. It's
Oh,
more intimate. Yeah, because of the what was it?
Coronavirus? No.
No, 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 it is because of the Falun, the Qigong movement that became
Oh.
so big that they stopped every movement that's become really big. So it's
Oh.
forbidden to have big meetings, or you need to have special, things from the government. It's allowed and stuff like that. So
Mm.
normally 100 people in the room is like allowed. So I miss traveling, seeing some friends,
Yes.
but teaching itself, I'm teaching now, so it's not. I don't really miss that in that sense. But the retreats I miss. That's the
Yeah.
where I really love going.
So
And then
that's your creative time, and you're creative with your mind, or do you also craft something on the computer? Are you a designer like me?
yeah, I make flow charts and new things like that. I love the putting things together, visual, all of that. I love working with PowerPoints now because you can really make it
Mm.
visual. So it's another way of teaching. So when I teach online, you don't see my head talking all the time. I have
Mm.
pictures in it. So I know I love that way of teaching now.
Yeah.
It's so easier. I can better prepare. It's more clear, and when I'm talking, it's different. So
Hmm.
I that's the retreat for me. Mhm.
Yes, and then lunchtime, you eat something nice from your garden
Yeah.
in the future.
We have in our home we have one rule, and that's dinner time. So everything else is flux. So for example, if the daughter goes to school and so on, so everybody can snack and do whatever they want. And at dinner time, the whole family comes together. That's for me. I can be without food all day. I don't. Maybe it's
Really?
a little bit. Yeah, yeah. It's not when I'm focused. I don't feel hunger. But
And
around
you eat
dinner
breakfast
time,
or not? You don't
no, not
eat breakfast,
really.
no?
I don't do breakfast. No,
You're
no.
intermediate fasting.
It's not that. It's much more. I am conscious of my body, so I
Mm.
follow my body. So if my body says now it wants something, then I
Yes.
give it
Yeah.
something. So I
Yeah,
see
they
my
say
body.
eating is a program as well that we taught ourselves. Is that true?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
It is especially we see the time and we get hungry. So it's more an anchor. It's 1 o'clock. Oh, I should
Oh,
eat
yeah,
something,
forgot.
right? So, but when you listen to your body, it's a more natural state.
Mm.
So you eat only when you're hungry, and you stop eating the moment the hunger disappears. So you don't overeat. When I didn't listen to my body, that is around 20 kilos ago. So since I start listening to my body, uh, I don't have weight issues. I don't have to worry about that. Actually, I think we're doing when is it Thursday uh, a Facebook Live on why is it so difficult when you grow older to
Mm.
stay in shape and not to get fat
Yes.
because we're not listening to our body. Basically, that's the whole message. If you
Yes.
listen to your body, you can never get fat
And we
because
hold more toxins in our body when we grow older, I think, as well. That's storage in the
absolutely.
fat
But
cells.
absolutely, absolutely. But the
Yeah.
biggest thing is that we lose our ability to process carbohydrates, especially to refined carbohydrates. So we get what's called a kind of an insulin resistance, and because of that, a lot of the carbs we eat are going to be turned into fat. So a lot of people who do not change their diet still can get fat. So
Yes.
the whole theory about calories is not true. It has to do more with your, I would say, your type and where you are in processing,
Mm.
what you eat. And when you listen to your body, you'd never go in overeating. And because of that, you never get problems with insulin resist. When you don't have problems with insulin resist, your blood sugars don't go up and down. So you become a fat burner. And a fat burner is not someone who needs to eat a lot. It's just because you're burning fat. But if you're a burner, you will notice you need to eat more
Mm.
because blood sugars go down. So it is
Yes.
all to do with those kind of things. So I just listen to my body when it needs something, and then I give it something, and then it's happy. And as long as my brains function perfectly, I
Yeah.
have nothing to worry about.
No, but it's really important. And a lot of people numb themselves with food, or they eat because they are emotionally sad or alone. And so you have to nurture your body. In the episode yesterday, Tara Love Perry told about self-love, and
Mhm.
that's really important to, just love yourself.
Yeah, I don't believe in self-love in that.
Okay. Okay,
Because
Roy, come on.
let me tell you why. If I ask you, and you would say, I love myself, I would ask you, who's the I and who's the myself?
Ah, me, myself, and I. Yeah, yeah. Then I.
Who's no?
Good
Okay.
question.
So it's a construction in the mind.
I don't exist. You mean?
Yeah, what who is the I?
Yeah.
So now we have to go back to the I. The true authentic I is love. It
Mm.
cannot not love.
Ah.
It's the false I, which
Mm.
is the persona we developed over time, who we are not, is
Ah.
the one say, "Oh, I need love. Please love me." So then the I say, "Okay, I love you," but it's a complete, I would say, a construction in your mind that's totally meaningless.
Oh,
So
that's also a trap.
it's correct. So much better is to understand the three things that are important. There's a mind who creates an identity, and
Hmm.
there's true I, which I will say the pure I, which is you.
Hmm.
And the mind creates a distortion, and
Hmm.
then you have the body. So that's the triangle. And the body is in need of love. So if you say, I love my body,
Ah.
I totally agree with you because the body is the one who gets kicked the most. You look
Mm.
into the mirror and say, "Oh my God, you don't look so well." So you constantly are talking negative to your body. So
Ah.
I would say show the body more gratitude, but change I love in myself into I am love. And
Mm.
if I am love, how do I express this love? And now we have to only fight is between me and my mind, who is the one with all these false constructions of me. So I now will no longer allow my mind to play tricks on me because
Mhm.
I am love. So now I'm going to shine my love into the world. And now people say, "Hey, you're so kind and so loving," but I'm not. I'm myself. But this was hidden by my mind because my mind reacts to the whole world. So
Mhm.
it's a play with words on one side, but it's
Yeah.
also a play with concepts. And so when I own I am love, when I am not love, that's not me. That's
Mhm.
my old me, which is formed, which is the false persona. So now I can look at a false persona and I can call it whatever I want, my inner child, my old self, whatever. And that old persona needs love because that's what it's seeking.
Mm.
That's what it wants to be, pleasing everybody. It wants everybody to love it. Once you understand it's a part of you that's being conditioned to want that, yes, now you can take care of that part. You can say, hey, you can give it a name, say, hey, it is my little self.
Yes.
But that's the one you want to treat with love and respect. And now you're in the process of healing that part until
Mm.
it's so, when it's totally healed, it doesn't need to be loved because it's now part of you and
Which
no
is
to
love.
fuel
Yeah.
you. And then, there's no one to love. You can only be love. That's the
Yeah.
process. So it's not one is good or bad. It's just a different
No,
way
no, but
to
this is a
look
different
at the
way
concept.
of looking at
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
yeah, I find it refreshing. And it's confusing as well at the same time. But I,
So when you say I'm divine,
mhm.
that's pure you. So when my wife says I'm a goddess,
You
then
can
I
say
say,
I'm a goddess because I say I'm a goddess as well.
yeah, no, my wife says she's a god. I say to her, the God in me sees the goddess in you. So
Ah,
we meet on that level where we both are gods.
so yeah,
It's
that is
funny.
really funny. Yeah. Okay, if you're still watching, you can ask questions for Roy, Martina, or myself, and I hope you spread your light as well, and that you feel comfortable to shine your light because now is the time. If there is was ever a time to shine your light, now is the time. So that people will find you, and you don't have to start your own YouTube channel or
Mm,
do the self love thing, but do something to inspire other people and to help them to get connected. I think connection is the word, the magic word, don't you think, Roy? Connection.
Well, the if you would say connection,
Oh no. Okay, come on, come on.
connection is the healing of separation,
Oh yeah,
because that's what it is.
yeah,
When we say connected, it means I'm no longer separated from
yeah.
the whole,
People feel
and
separate.
that's our natural state of being. So when we choose to be in that natural state, to be connected, wow, then we are to channel for all that love that we're connected to. And then instead of human beings, we become human beamings. We're beaming
Beamings. Oh, that's
love.
a nice one.
Yeah, we're beaming this love into the world.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
and that's what we're talking about. Let's beam our lives. So we go from being to beaming. That's the whole next level.
Yes, not human doing. That was first human doing, human
Yeah,
being, beaming. I love it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that connection.
yes. That's. I'm going to use that for. I'm going to put it on my dating website. I'm a human beaming.
You're beaming.
What are you, human or human being? Yeah. If you don't know what it is, then you leave it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so nice to play with words and then
Yes.
understanding the deeper meaning of
Yes.
what's going on. Yeah, it's super. Okay.
Yeah, it's better words than intelligent lockdown or all the other words they invented for 2020. Yeah,
Social distancing.
yeah, social distancing.
It's not social. It is asocial distancing. It's
Yeah,
antisocial. And then that's so. It's so
yeah.
funny how we have been, the words that have been used, the impact that it
It's
has also
witchcraft. It's
on.
witchcraft.
Oh my God, lockdown.
Yeah,
And I
look
remember
up.
when I said in the beginning, we are being prisoners in our own homes. A lot of people reacted, but literally that's what they created, to become prisoners, and where you can no longer hug your parents, or you committing a crime.
Yeah,
Come on.
after curfew, go outside and throw some snowballs.
But here's the point, eh? And I think for the people to also understand, because we've neglected ourselves and our body for so long, and we trusted the doctors who are not healers but are curing a problem. You give the doctors a problem, you give your medicine to cure the problem, but it's not healing. That's the reason why we become so vulnerable at old age.
Mm,
It is just that we had the wrong idea about healing. So we run to the doctor, they give us medicine, and we think we're healed, but we're cured. And cured just means we suppress the symptoms with
yes.
all the consequences. So in the end, we have a whole bunch of older people who have become victims of the medical interventions. And these are the most, I would say, people that are most vulnerable, because the immune system has never been trained to be healed. They've become dependent of outside medicine to keep themselves in a balance. And that's why they are so vulnerable to something like a virus,
Yes.
because they're not giving the body the healing. And then when we go out, what the true meaning of healing is to give your body love, is to give your body a high frequency. And nutrition is one way to express love to your body. So if you use your body as a garbage can,
Yes.
okay, that's not loving your body. So when I say I love my body, it needs not only be words, it needs to be deeds, it needs to be actions that show. I take my body for a walk. I take my body to the gym, just like we take a dog for a walk.
Walk your own body. Yeah.
Right. I'm walking my body. I'm feeding my body. So we need to understand those principles. We need to take care of our body, and then we will benefit from this even in our late years of life, because we took care of that. And that's the difference between healing and the difference with what the doctors are doing, with the best intentions, by the way. I'm not blaming the doctors.
They
I'm
don't
blaming the
know
farm.
any better, but it's time that they are responsible. They are responsible, and they have, yeah.
And for the first time, if there's something good came out of the lockdowns, is that many doctors who I thought were lost for the cause of healing are now waking up.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, hey, wait, something is off here. And why is it that now we're being censored as well? They're seeing now for the
Only
first time,
censor Roy Martina, not us.
yeah, do that, Quack. Now they're seeing for the first time the power that is hidden behind this big pharma. They're seeing it for the first. They
Yeah,
never saw it before. They were hypnotized. They believed that they were doing good medicine, but they were not.
yeah,
That they've been brainwashed.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That's the gift from 2020. The crazy stuff going on, and there must be more crazy stuff going on. That more people will wake up, and yeah, because there are still people waiting to get the vaccine. Yeah.
By the way, as a doctor, I need to forbid you to call it a vaccine.
No, it's a gen manipulation or an
It's,
experiment.
yeah, it's experimental
Yeah.
gene manipulation without the proper research. You see, calling it a vaccine is legally wrong. So what people don't know that they changed the laws that gene manipulation can be called a vaccine, but
Yeah.
legally it's not a vaccine. It's not, because a vaccine is something that we inject in people and it creates an immune reaction by using some proteins from what we want to prevent from us getting. And here they're not doing that. They're making the body create a protein that is bad for the body,
Yeah.
and the body reacts. So technically, we're creating autoimmune disease.
Yes, yeah,
When
that's
you
what's
know,
happening. Yeah, people
when
get
that's
that
gonna go.
response. Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. And our Minister of Health is calling it a prikje. A prikje.
And it's, oh my God, I have no words for
No. We have
criminal
compassion.
activities
We have
being.
compassion. Do you find it hard to have compassion? Oh,
That's why I breathe every morning.
oh, that's why.
Give me compassion.
Oh, yeah, please, please.
My my natural state of warrior is being triggered in all the ways possible. I need to go to my heart to even consider them human beings, because I cannot understand how people that we have elected to office
Yes.
are doing what they're doing. No, my brain just cannot compute what's going on here. It is beyond words.
Oh, yeah. And how is everything going over there with Trump not being president? And
That's an interesting point, because Trump has been silent for a while. So
mm,
now all the late night comedians don't know what to do anymore. So that's one part. And of course, we had Biden. And, first of all, I don't believe
is he dead?
he's been doing what he's been blaming Trump of doing.
Live from
Time.
his studio.
So what Trump did, he turned everything that Obama did back to before, and what Biden is doing, turning everything that Trump did, is back to before. So that's the job of the president nowadays.
Yeah.
But I'm very sure that Trump's silence will not last forever. Because right now, the social media, the big companies have just literally shut him out.
Yeah, it's strange.
Now, what you're going to do with an enfant terrible, he's going to find another way to get in connection with his people. So, that a couple of options. One is start a new political party, which he might be doing. Number two might be starting his own social media and media company, which he might be doing.
Dating site.
Yeah.
We have competition.
So yeah, I think it's a silence before the storm.
Ah,
I think that's what's really happening now,
calm before.
because Trump is not someone to take defeat lightly.
Mm.
That's not going to happen. It's not in his personality, and the only reason he's silent is because he has no media to put his word out.
Yeah, that's true.
As soon as he finds his voice, he will be all over the place.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah, yeah. I'm on Telegram. I see a lot of things coming on through that media as well, and I see him dancing with his famous dance all the time, and I love the memes and all the the videos the people are making. The Patriots, yeah, it's really, but it's a great story. Also, the Q movement, if you believe it or not, but it's awakening a lot of people. It's transforming. It's yeah, I really love that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a strange thing with Trump. He, in a strange way, he gave people hope, and because he was then the secret and all of that stuff, and
Mhm.
then all these arrests that would have, and people being arrested, all of that. Well, I think that you can look at Trump in any way you want, but anytime you look at someone, you need to look through the persona and then look at their true accomplishments,
Mm.
because there's a lot of distraction up front. And let's be completely clear: Trump was never liked by the media to start with. All right, everybody was against him. The fact that he became a president was a really something nobody expected. And then what happened with the second, let's say, elections? He could have won, and I will not get into any theory and why and so on.
No, no conspiracies, Roy.
No, no, no. But I get my information from true journalists, not from the media.
Mhm.
And there's been a lot of tampering going on. And if should he won or didn't win, that's second point. But it's not a clean election. Let's just let's leave it there. And Biden has one good thing going for him, is that he wants to be the greenest president that ever walked on this planet,
See
right?
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, so let's give him that chance to do that.
Yeah, but that's
On
the whole sustainability plan. We don't want that.
Yeah, on the other hand, what I do know from the presidents of America, from the CIA, they're not the one deciding really. On top of them, there are two more layers that
Mm.
that they're controlled by, and that's the whole point. It's not the president. The president is just another puppet.
Puppet, yeah. The Galactic Federation is on there.
Something is up there, whatever it is. It's not the president,
But do you
and
think there will be disclosure for the masses, because there is disclosure? I'll say that all the time. But will we see some more funny, crazy things in 2021?
yeah, the disclosure is an ongoing process. The
Yeah,
point is, the way they do it, they dump, billions of gigabytes on the net, and you figure it out, right? So
yeah.
that's one. So a lot of people are not interested to go through
No,
that.
they don't
That's
want.
one thing. But everything you want to know about ETs, aliens, all those things are available for you to know. So the way it's done is that the old stories are still continuing. The media is still doing the same propaganda. We don't know if there are ETs. All of that is just still going on. And so, yeah, there is disclosure. There will be ongoing disclosure. Anyone who wants information can have the information. It's there. It's
Yes,
for all of us to see how our history has been falsified. All those things are there if you want to look. But it's still not common good. It's still not in schools. It is not, it's still being filtered. And if you go there, you're still being called crazy, conspiracy theorist, whatever. So that machine, I would call it a propaganda machine to keep people, the masses not informed,
yeah,
is still running like always before, and it will keep running. So people really need to be going out there and find, you know, where's the information? What do I want to know? And so on and so on.
yeah. And take
And
the time to inform yourself and yeah, to make the clear decisions for yourself and your family, so that you really know what you're doing. I think that's important.
and especially about something like a vaccination, why is this vaccination the worst vaccination in the history of bad vaccinations?
Yeah,
Why?
gets an award.
And my hope is that enough people will wake up, not against this vaccination, but against the way we've been vaccinating our children and our young ones already for decades.
Yes, it's not only this one.
Yeah, That's what we need to waken up to. And then look at what is being done to our children. Why is 1 in 5 children in America having no problems with autism right now?
One in
And
five already. Wow.
1 in 5, yeah. So, and then there are different variations, but America is the most vaccinated country in the world.
And fertility problems as well.
Yeah, 72 vaccinations by the time you're 12.
72.
72 vaccinations.
By the
So
time you're what age?
12.
12.
Yeah. So now, and it's mandatory. So that's why we're leading. And what people do not understand, big pharma is not paying anything for doing something wrong. They have no responsibility whatsoever. So it's in there. They don't care if the vaccinations don't work. They care about making money. That's the whole thing. And when they say it's 70, 80% effective, they cannot even say that.
No.
How are you proving it's effective? What are the testing you're doing? Against what? It's a big show. And this is the first time I understand why I studied medicine, because I can now read this mumbo jumbo language, how they fool us, right? Anyone I can dare go on the website of CDC and look for themselves what they said, what they put in the vaccinations, and tell me, find one logical reasons why we need to put this garbage in the vaccination.
Yes.
As a doctor, I don't know. I cannot give you any reasons to put mercury or aluminum in a vaccination. There is no reason for that. So people need to understand this game has been going on forever. So we need to wake up together now. And the concept of vaccination is a good concept, but what they put in the vaccination next to what needs to be in there has one purpose only, is to destroy our immune system and to cut us off from the connection you're talking about. We're calcifying the pineal gland. So when we calcify the pineal gland, our upper chakras no longer function properly. And so we're disconnected from our true only self. And that's the whole purpose. And why would someone want to do that? Because they don't want us to know the truth.
Yeah, we are powerful beings capable of self-healing.
Exactly. And that's the wake-up call for everyone.
Yes. So let's finish up with this this great message for humanity, and that a lot of people may watch this, and if you watched it, maybe you can share it with other people who are still wondering what's going on in the world and want to investigate themselves to make yourself a more wiser person than yesterday. That's it. Every day we learn more. Thank you very much for all your wise words about not loving me and connection. And yes, that's really
Just
nice.
say, I am love. That's all
I
you
am
need.
love. I am love. And tomorrow I have joy.
And then beam it out.
Tomorrow is Joy Martina on the show, and really, curious to speak to her as well. And maybe in 9 months again we speak again. Let's see how the world is then.
Baby. Thank you, Eva.
Bye-bye, Roy.
Bye.
So I'll leave you with my little clip, and thank you for watching. Press the little candle in the right-hand corner, then you can subscribe to my channel, and see you tomorrow with Joy Martina. Thanks for watching. Have a If you like this episode, make sure to subscribe and feel free to support with a donation. Eva van Zeeland is a truth seeker, activist and talk show host from the Netherlands and loves to dance through life. Her main mission is to help with the Great Awakening and show you how to live from your heart and have a carefree, playful and exciting life. Please help humanity by sharing this video. We are all in this together. Stay in your high vibe, energetic state and see you next time.